I do have to admit I haven't been covering any mice lately, and since it's the end of the year, I think it's quite alright to touch base with a couple of peripherals. And today we're going to talk about Cooler Master MM711. It's going to be an interesting mouse as well, because you'll see why. It has a gloss finish, which is really strange to have it on a mouse, but it does look kind of cool, doesn't it? Then we have nice skates, then we have a nice flexible cable, and all in all, lightweight gaming mouse. So what's it all about? Let's check it out. We have ambidextrous shape, which is optimized for right-handers with two side buttons on the left side, logical for the thumb. We have quite nice stylish RGB accents, which you can personalize with the scroll wheel, and logo via downloadable software from their website. Lightweight honeycomb shell, which is durable and, well, lightweight, logical. So you won't get that too much extra attention by moving too heavy mouse, let's put it this way. But regardless of that, it depends on your gaming style, of course. But this type of mouse is most likely designed in those terms because we don't have that much buttons. So we're not talking about MMO or RPG or any similar game. We're talking more about FPS, Battle Royale and similar stuff like that. Then we have Ultra Vive cable, which reduces weight and cable pull while swiping, but also it reduces drag in some sort, and this is really good. Then we have Omron switches, which are rated at 20 million clicks, which could be a bit higher. I won't complain about that, but I do have to mention that. 16K DPI optical sensor and the superior mouse feet, which are white PTFE. Now, there are other specifications, of course, that you'll need to know, but we'll get to that part later on. Let me just get in touch with the mouse. So here it is. I do have to say it's... Let's see this. You know what's the fascinating thing? You know, I stated at the beginning of the video, it's gloss, and you know why I don't like gloss stuff, because you leave fingerprints on it, it gets smudged, it gets dirty. Well, not dirty in a way like a matte finish, but it gets dirty because you leave fingerprints on it. Now, I always clean my hands before touching any of the technology that I work with, and even a bit too obsessively, okay? So my hands are always grease-free. And even with that, on some gloss parts, I do tend to leave fingerprints, which is still normal. Don't get me wrong, still normal. But on this mouse is designed such a way that it doesn't leave any fingerprints. And this is insane because, well, it does a bit. Let me correct myself. It does a bit, but it's not in a way that I expected. You use that cloth because I actually have a Cooler Master cloth that was, I think it was for C700M case. I think, I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. I have it lying here for quite some time now. But regardless of that fact, you just use it, clean it up a bit after each day or couple of days of gaming sessions, work, or whatever you do with the mouse. And it still has that nice gloss shine, which is outstanding because this mouse doesn't shine only on the RGB lights, it shines because it's gloss, and it does look great. The honeycomb shell looks brilliant. First of all the main parts where you place your fingers don't have a honeycomb, which is of course normal, and as the left and right click, the bottom part where you have the side buttons, and the same thing goes on the symmetrical other side, which is quite alright. So the honeycomb are just on the bottom part of the left and right click, and the lower part, well, the whole top part of the mouse, except for the Cooler Master logo, and at the bottom as well. I totally skipped that. The bottom isn't gloss, it's a matte finish, and we have 3 white PTFE skates, 2 on the bottom side, left and right, and 1 larger one on the top side, which is quite alright. Now, for the cable and the connection to the mouse, you do have some rubber base part that is sticking out of the mouse, and this is good. I think if you watched my other reviews of mice or even keyboards, you'll notice why I love this, because this thing protects the cable from wearing or tearing here at the connection part, which is good because this keeps the connection towards the mouse, stable and solid, let's put it this way. So the cable is, I have to admit, fairly long. Sorry for the additional noise, but the cable is fairly long, and the Ultra Vive, or actually the braided part, is outstanding. I think it doesn't have additional protection around the cables. It has only this part right here, but it's done properly, and it really doesn't I won't slide the PTFE feet on this table because it will just ruin them additionally. But the cable is great. We have gold plated top. I think it is gold plated because it does look gold. And of course the purple connection right here in the middle of the USB. Irrelevant, but I just want to give you heads up. One more thing I do like to mention is that the scroll wheel has two, let's say, two lines for the LED lights, and it has rubberized part at the top, which is good for grip, as you might know. Now, taking into consideration the gloss part, it's not that grippy as it should be on the regular matte finish or just regular plastic finish mouse. It is a bit slippery-ish, you know what I'm trying to say. So my advice would be, if, for instance, you decide to go with this mouse, grab some grip tapes that you can stick on the full surface on the sides and here on the top, so you get more grip. But honestly, I've never witnessed, okay, some of you guys that are professionals, they know what the grips are for and they know how to use them. For me personally, that I'm an occasional player or something like that, this won't bother me because I usually hold the mouse a bit too strong than you're used to. So yeah, there's that fact. So the Master Mouse MM711 comes in 4 varieties actually. You have it in matte finish, black and white, and you have it in glossy finish, black and white as well. The 16K DPI optical sensor is Pixart PMW3389, and the Omron switches, as I already stated, 20 million plus, so it can go, or approximately 1 million rage quits. Wow, this is a this is a nice statement from Cooler Master, I do have to say. MM711 PCBA is actually sprayed with dust and water resistant coating, which helps preventing accidental spills, annoying dust bunnies or overly sweaty palms from making this mouse stop working. So this is why we have the honeycomb, and this is why the additional parts are sprayed with that to protect it from additional, let's say, tear and wear. These aren't 100% PTFE feet, these are 95% PTFE feet, but I don't think you'll be distracted with that too much. We can go with claw, palm and fingertip grip. We have ABS plastic material. You can adjust the DPIs in 7 levels. The defaults are 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 3200, 6400 and 16000. Mouse tracking speed is 400 IPS. Mouse lift-off distance is approximately less than 2 millimeters. Pulling rate is 1000 Hz. Mouse acceleration is 50 G. Now the mouse processor is 32-bit ARM Cortex MO+, and we have onboard memory 512 kilobytes. 6 buttons, left and right click, middle click beneath the scroll wheel, middle click of the scroll wheel, and side 2 buttons on the left side. The cable is 1.8 meters long, it's less than 60 grams, and to top it all, it has 2-year warranty, which isn't bad. It's actually really good. In box, except for the standard warranty disclaimer and all the other stuff, you get 3 additional PTFE feet, and I don't mean like a 3 set. You get 1 individual skate here that you can swap when these run out. When we're talking about sliding and gliding and enjoying the surf of the mouse on your mouse pad, mostly depends, well, when we're talking about the high quality grade of the skates, we're mostly depending on the mouse pad. Since I do have a quite nice mouse pad, this mouse glides perfectly fine and you'll be definitely satisfied. The design of it all is great. It will leave some smudges after quite some time, but that's it. So let's hear the clicks. So the side buttons sound like this. So the front has a bit of a dump and down click, while the last one, the second, has more clicky sound. And then we have the left and right click from the Omron switches. So yeah, I think this depends on the position of the switch and the position of the key that presses the switch. This is why we get a bit of a different click, but clicky as it is. This is the button beneath the scroll wheel, and now the middle click of the scroll wheel. Yeah, not similar to the middle click, but still it's quite alright. And now the scroll wheel. So yeah, I think the clicks and the sound, they're quite alright. I mean, it's a regular gaming mouse. You won't regret with the clicks, that's for sure. And it does look quite compact in those terms. It's not small that you'll say, oh, it's too small for my hand, because usually we're going at 125 millimeters to 128. This is 116, 117, which is still alright. And now, since it's 1.8 meters of braided cable, I can actually connect it to my PC and show it like this. So it's the RGB is great. And when we're talking about RGB, Cooler Master is one of those brands that really does it exemplary. We have those lines here on the scroll wheel, as I mentioned, and it really does look nice. Cooler Master logo that lights up perfectly, and additional dome, I would say, around here in the honeycomb area, not on the top part, because this is where we have some chassis parts that used for the connecting of the whole mouse, but right here is quite alright. So yeah, I would say that this mouse is great. You have 4 varieties. If you don't like gloss, you can go with matte finish. You can go with white, black, combinations up to your liking. You can really choose whatever you want. For the price tag and everything that you get here with 16K DPI optical sensor, 20 million clicks and even more, nice design. Even the gloss looks quite nice. At first I was a bit skeptical, I would say, but it doesn't leave that much stains unless you really play with dirty hands or greasy hands or whatever. So in that fact, it's good. You won't regret it. The PTFE, 95% PTFE feet are quite alright, and glide the mouse quite nicely, and the cable does help with that because it doesn't obstruct the movements, which is good, which is still good. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied with it. This was Cooler Master MASTERMOUSE MM711, ultra lightweight, under 60 grams. You can check it out in the link in the description if you desire to do so. Of course, it's all up to you to decide. And that'll be all for today, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell if you already didn't. Of course, if you already did, thanks, I really appreciate it. And see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.